Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly while others struggle? The answer is simpler than you might think. It's not necessarily about having extraordinary skills or talents, but about cultivating good habits. These habits, small as they might seem, play a significant role in shaping our lives, steering us towards success. They are the invisible architects of our daily lives, creating a bridge between our ambitions and our achievements. The secret to their success often lies in their good habits. You see, our brains are wired to form habits. It's a survival mechanism. This statement might sound overly scientific, but let's break it down. The human brain is an energy-saving device. To preserve energy, it constantly looks for patterns and creates shortcuts. These shortcuts are what we call habits. They are automatic behaviors that we perform without much thought, like brushing our teeth or tying our shoes. So how does a behavior become a habit? Well, it all boils down to a loop in our brain known as the habit loop, which consists of three elements: a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue is a trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode. It could be a location, a time of day, an emotional state, or the company of certain people. The routine is the behavior itself, which can be physical, mental, or emotional. The reward is the positive feeling you get from the routine, which helps your brain remember this habit loop in the future. Over time, as this loop repeats, the behavior becomes more and more automatic. The brain starts to anticipate the reward even before it happens, creating a craving that drives the habit. But here's the exciting part. Once we understand this loop, we can use it to our advantage. We can intentionally design cues and rewards to cultivate good habits and replace the bad ones. Understanding this mechanism can help us harness its power to create positive change in our lives. So, how can you start developing good habits? Well, let's break it down into easy-to-follow steps. Firstly, identify the habit you want to develop. Whether it's eating healthier, exercising regularly, or reading more, be specific about what you want to achieve. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to exercise more," say, "I want to run for 30 minutes every morning." Next, understand why you want to develop this habit. Understanding your why provides motivation when the going gets tough. Ask yourself why you want to run for 30 minutes every morning. Is it to improve your fitness, lose weight, or simply to feel more energized throughout the day? Once you've identified your habit and your why, it's time to set realistic goals. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Instead of aiming to run for 30 minutes straight away, start with 10 minutes and gradually increase your running time. Now on to the fourth step, make a plan. Decide when and where you'll carry out your habit. Will you run in the park or on a treadmill? Will you run before work or after? Having a clear plan helps eliminate decision fatigue and increases your chances of sticking to your habit. The fifth step is to track your progress. This could be as simple as ticking off a day on a calendar or writing in a journal. Tracking helps you see how far you've come and keeps you motivated to continue. The sixth step is to reward yourself. Celebrate your wins no matter how small. Finished your first week of running? Treat yourself to a movie night or your favorite dessert. Rewards create a positive association with your habit, making it more enjoyable. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Developing a habit takes time. You're bound to have off days, and that's okay. What's important is that you don't give up. Remember, the key to developing good habits is consistency, not perfection. It's about making small, sustainable changes that add up over time. So start today and see the difference good habits can make in your life. But what happens when you face obstacles in your journey to developing good habits? Well, it's quite common to encounter twists and turns along the path to good habit formation. We all face challenges, and it's how we react to these challenges that truly counts. One common challenge is consistency. It's one thing to start a good habit, but it's another entirely to keep it going. Life is unpredictable, and interruptions can easily throw us off track. The key to overcoming this challenge is flexibility. Don't let a missed day or two discourage you. Instead, accept that setbacks are part of the process and get back on track as soon as you can. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Another hurdle we often face is lack of motivation. We start with all the energy in the world, but over time, our enthusiasm may dwindle. To combat this, try to keep your goals in sight. Remind yourself of why you started this journey in the first place. Visualize your success Celebrate your small victories. They can help fuel your motivation and keep you going. Then, there's the challenge of negative self-talk. It's easy to get caught up in a cycle of self-doubt and criticism. But remember, this is your journey and you're in control. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Believe in your ability to change. Encourage yourself, just as you would a friend. Finally, we often underestimate the power of our environment. It can either support or hinder our habit development. So take a moment to consider your surroundings. Are they conducive to your new habit? If not, make the necessary changes. Create an environment that encourages your success. Overcoming these challenges might be tough, but with persistence, it's definitely possible. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So, keep stepping forward, one habit at a time. You're much stronger than you think, and you have what it takes to develop good habits and transform your life for the better. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We began by understanding the power of good habits and how they can significantly shape our lives. They're like the invisible architects of our daily routines, steering us towards success and happiness. Moving on, we delved into the fascinating science behind habits. Our brains are wired in such a way that repetition and consistency can etch patterns into our neural pathways. This understanding is the foundation of habit formation. Next, we explored practical steps to develop good habits. Remember, it's all about starting small, being consistent, and rewarding yourself for your progress. We also address common challenges in habit formation and strategies to overcome them. Setbacks are part of the journey, but with resilience and a positive mindset, you can conquer them. Remember, the journey to developing good habits starts with a single step. So what's your first step going to be?